So in the year 2026 on Tsamba kuMwana Wangu, we're moving with the theme, a war against the war. Uhondo yekurwisa uhondo yangu. And we every week are talking about a different type of war that we need to be fighting. And these wars that are internal. Because if there is a great enemy that you need to be fighting, it's not any enemy that is external. It is an enemy who resides within yourself. The inner person, the inner you, will fight you more than any other external enemy would. For most of the setbacks that we've experienced in life, most of those came from the drag that came from our inner selves. So that is why we are trying to wage this war against the war that goes on within ourselves. Well, let me say good morning to you, and let me remind you about what we spoke about last week. Last week, we spoke about emotional wounds. We spoke about the pain that we carry inside. We spoke about the things that hurt us, but are never fully healed. And today we want to talk about something that often comes after that pain. Usually when we get hurt so much, usually when we get disappointed so much, usually when we are broken that much, what comes after that is a lack of trust. Trust becomes difficult. You want to open up, but something inside you will always hold you back from opening up to people. Sometimes you want to believe people, but a voice in you will always remind you of your past experiences. It will always tell you, you need to be careful. This is the war of trust. And trust is one of those most beautiful things in life. If we still have it in our lives, we need to cherish it. We need to hold it dearly, because it is trust that allows us to connect with people. It is trust that allows us to love with good measure. It is trust that allows us to build meaningful things and meaningful relationships with dear ones. But once trust is broken, it becomes one of the hardest things to rebuild. Maybe somebody lied to you. Maybe somebody left you. Maybe someone you depended on disappointed you, and slowly you're changing. Slowly you became guarded. Slowly you're starting to become careful. Slowly you stopped sharing fully. And quite often you come out as a cold human being. But it's not usually because you're cold or because you intend to be cold, but because you're just simply trying to protect yourself from what happened before you. And there is nothing wrong with protecting your heart. I will tell you, it is one of those important things that you need to do. You need to protect your heart. There is nothing wrong with that. But then there is a danger that we might need to talk about. You need to, whilst safeguarding your heart, you need to make sure you don't close yourself completely. So you don't only block pain, you also then block meaningful connection. You also block relatable reflection. And maybe let's paint a scenario here. Maybe you're this person. Let's talk about this kind of person. Maybe it's you that we're talking about. Maybe right now you struggle to believe people's intentions. When people come to you with good intentions, with meaningful intentions, maybe quite often you find it hard to believe that people mean well for you. You always think they are doing it because there's something they want from me. They're doing it because something lies around there. Maybe there's a trap that I don't see in their good intentions. Maybe you're that kind of person. Are you that kind of a person? Maybe when people are kind to you, you always question that. You always wonder, why are they being kind to me? Maybe it's because they want to trap me. Maybe you're that person who keeps everyone at a distance. There's no one who is close to you now. Whereas it is only healthy for you to maintain 1 or 2 people close to you. You don't have anyone who is close to you anymore. Or maybe whenever you engage with people, whenever you are around people, whenever you deal with people, every time, maybe you're that person who is always expecting a disappointment before it even happens, before sometimes it never really happens, but you're always expecting they will disappoint me somehow. I know it. I can feel it, even when there's nothing like that. And sometimes your defense is, I just don't trust people anymore. But the truth is deeper than that. It's not that you don't trust people anymore. You are afraid of being hurt again. Now, acknowledgement is the first step towards any form of healing. Acknowledging that you're hurt, acknowledging that there is a problem, will help us to identify the problem and to deal with it. So the first step towards rectifying things, if you are the person whom I've described above, acknowledge the source and be honest. Acknowledge the source of the pain and be honest with yourself. Try to identify, where did this come from? Can you identify that? Can you try to picture and identify the exact person who hurt you for you to be the kind of person that you are now? Can you identify, can you remember what happened? Because if you can be able to name these things, you are getting better to solve things, because we know where to start from. We know what to fight in our war of trust. Because when you understand the source, you stop blaming everyone for one person's mistake. You see, the danger in not knowing what really happened, or in forgetting what really happened, the danger in not acknowledging the actual person who hurt you, is at the end of the day, you start blaming everyone. I know of people, and I think you also do know of people, maybe you're that one person who put people in a bracket. Maybe you are a woman who was hurt by one man, but to you, every man is like that. Or maybe you're one man who was hurt by one woman, and to you, every woman is like the woman who hurt you. Or maybe you are a child who was hurt by a parent, and to you, every parent is like that. Where did your hurt come from? What happened? Stop blaming everyone for one person's mistake. Not everyone is the same. You need to, whilst being careful, whilst safeguarding your heart, you need to start trusting yourself first, and then also trusting people again. Give people an opportunity to prove themselves. Whilst you're watching carefully, give people an opportunity to prove themselves. Observe consistency in people. Try to have an eye for that. Start small. If you find it difficult to share things, try bit by bit, but head towards that. Before trusting others also, learn to also even trust your own self. Trust your judgment, because quite usually when your trust is hurt, you then tend to lose trust in yourself, on your judgment. You tend to lose trust on your boundaries. You tend to lose trust that if something goes wrong, you'll be able to handle it well. Because when you trusted yourself before, maybe things went berserk, things went haywire. Stop fearing people as much. Here's a gentle truth that I might want to share with you that maybe might help you on your journey to regaining trust for yourself and for others. It's not everyone who comes into your life to hurt you. Some people will definitely come to hurt you. After this, you have been hurt before, people will come again, they will hurt you more. But it's not everyone who has those intentions. So you need to have an eye to look, who is here to help me and who is here for good, to do well. The goal in life is not to avoid pain. The goal in life is to be strong enough to handle pain when it comes, because pain is inevitable. It will always come, and you need to be ready to handle it. Mwanangu, these are the words that I have for you. I want you to trust a little. I want you to open up a little. I want you to allow yourself to feel again. This is Tsamba kuMwana Wangu for this week. I hope it helps you to fight your war of trust. We're not just protecting ourselves. We're learning to live fully again. Have a great day ahead of you.